10:30 p.m. and we're doing this again. Welcome to a new episode of Plots We Have at Home, where we come up with the most unhinged story prompts this side of the Atlantic and let ChatGPT do the hard work and make sense of it.
Or not. We read the stories out loud for you, and it's always the first time for both of us hearing them, so you get our unfiltered reactions.
I'm Danny.
And I'm John.
And let's dive right into our first story of the day.
The first story of today. Flatliners. Resurrection's Reckoning. Act 1. Reunion and Secrets. The movie opens with a bustling Gray Sloan Memorial Hospital in Seattle. Dr. Dave Labraccio, now a respected cardiologist, has successfully kept his past hidden from his colleagues. He's become close friends with Dr. Meredith Gray, a brilliant and compassionate surgeon. Their camaraderie is evident as they navigate the demanding challenges of the hospital together.
Just hospital challenges?
Just like
full stop.
Challenge you have in a hospital, you know? Labraccio's world is turned upside down when a patient arrives in the ER, unconscious and barely clinging to life. As the medical team rushes to stabilize him, Labraccio's heart sinks when he realizes the patient is his old friend, Alex Carter, who was part of the original flatlining experiment years ago. Word spreads about the patient's mysterious connection to Labraccio, and the hospital is soon abuzz with speculation. Dr. House and Dr. Cox. I was waiting to see who will show up. Beautiful stuff. I love the two of them already, like the combination.
I don't know if there's anything happening there.
Just in my mind, it's already
I'm just so
candy.
Afraid.
Dr. House and Dr. Cox arrive for the medical conference, adding an air of tension.
The conference or the two of them or both?
The two of them to the conference, and I can very much see that.
I mean, yes.
House's sharp wit and skepticism clash with Cox's sarcastic but compassionate demeanor. As the two legendary doctors settle in, they begin to sense Labraccio is still hiding something. Act 2. Confronting the past. Dr. Gray confronts Labraccio about his secret, urging him to reveal the truth.
Wait. How does Dr. Gray even know that there is a secret?
I don't know. Maybe the whole conference is about him keeping a secret.
I highly doubt that, but then again, it's the Gray Sloan Memorial Hospital, so anything can happen.
Don't question Dr. Gray's, what you call it?
Deductive skills?
Yes.
That's not what you wanted to say.
No. I wanted to say the word with I that I don't know what it is right
Intuition?
now. Yes, that one.
Okay. It's 10:30 p.m.
It's late today.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Gray confronts Labraccio about his secret, urging him to reveal the truth. Labraccio reluctantly opens up about the fateful experiment and his involvement, revealing his guilt over the death of a fellow medical student. Gray supports Labraccio, understanding the weight of his past.
Sure thing, because that's what we all did.
Yeah,
Killing each other to bring each other back to life.
To be fair, I guess Dr. Gray has seen some shit in her, like, whatever, many years of medical practice.
Over the 18 seasons. Yes.
Meanwhile, Dr. House and Dr. Cox start digging into Labraccio's background, suspicious of his evasive behavior. What? Didn't he just open up?
Yeah, but to Dr. Gray. Apparently they're like two opposing teams now.
Okay, and they're not in the same room. Okay.
No, they're in the same hospital, but not the same room. Like, this is the whole, like, I think it's just the plot of the whole thing.
Okay. I was a little led astray there. House's blunt approach and Cox's relentless determination make Labraccio's life increasingly uncomfortable.
I can imagine.
I can very much imagine that. I would like to see that, actually.
Really uncomfortable.
Carter's condition worsens, and the medical team faces a race against time to save him. Labraccio, Gray, House, and Cox are forced to work together despite their conflicting personalities. Their interactions are fraught with tension, but their shared commitment to medicine keeps them focused. As Carter's condition teeters on the brink, Labraccio reveals the experiment details to the team. They devise a risky plan to stabilize Carter by inducing controlled hypothermia, a procedure fraught with danger.
Fraud with danger.
It's also taught with danger, I assume, if it's taught at all. Gray's surgical skills, House's diagnostic brilliance, and Cox's unconventional methods come into play.
Why is he unconventional though?
I don't know, because he's like
The
against the
hypothermia
brass.
thing. The hypothermia thing
the-
sounds so much like House. I don't even. Yeah.
I mean, the hypothermia thing is from Flatliners, I suppose. I just don't see how his
I think it's
diagnostic skill helps in this particular
I
situation.
mean, apparently they don't really know what's wrong with him
I guess
because
so.
they think it comes from this like experiment that happened. I don't know how long ago.
I don't know, maybe we'll find out how long. In Act 3, the truth unveiled.
Okay.
The high-stakes procedure is a success and Carter's condition stabilizes. However, tensions continue to mount as Labracio's past is exposed to the hospital staff. Labracio's guilt and shame resurfaces, but he finds support from unexpected sources. Dr. House and Dr. Cox begin to understand the complexity of Labracio's character. Cox's experience with handling personal demons and House's own history of concealing truths foster a grudging empathy for Labraccio. Everybody lies. The climax of the movie occurs during a pivotal conference presentation where Labraccio, Gray, House, and Cox are forced to work together to explain their unconventional methods to the skeptical medical community. In a dramatic turn, Carter wakes up and confronts Labraccio about this guilt, forcing Labraccio to confront his past and find redemption. Act 4. Redemption and closure. Labraccio and Carter reconcile, and Labraccio finally forgives himself for his past mistakes. The hospital staff, including Gray, House, and Cox...
They don't work. Okay, whatever. They apparently work there now.
They are included in the hospital staff, they work there now. Come to appreciate the value of second chances and the power of collaboration.
Sure thing. Especially the power of collaboration is something that sounds very much like Cox and House.
Like most of them, very much so. In a touching final scene, Labraccio stands with Gray, House, and Cox on the hospital rooftop, overlooking the city skyline. They share a moment of camaraderie and reflection, acknowledging the healing power of medicine. Sure. And the bonds forged in the crucible of life-saving procedures. As Labraccio watches House and Cox depart, he returns to Gray, grateful for her unwavering support. With a renewed sense of purpose, he returns to his work as a cardiologist, determined to use his past experience to become a better doctor and mentor.
But who is he mentoring now?
I don't know.
Maybe we find out in the epilogue.
Epilogue. A new beginning. The movie ends with Labraccio mentoring a group of medical students, teaching them the importance of honesty, collaboration, and the pursuit of the truth in medicine. Wait, no, honesty is important?
He learned that. That's just, like,
Okay.
It's gonna come out anyway, so
Fair.
go with that.
He looks out the window, a sense of fulfillment in his eyes, knowing that he has come full circle and found his redemption.
He has come full circle is such a great sentence.
Beautiful stuff. As Labraccio imparts his wisdom, the camera pans to a wall adorned with portraits of respected doctors, including Gray, House, and Cox, symbolizing the enduring impact of their shared journey.
In the Gray Sloan Memorial Hospital, this might as well just be a wall of people who, like, doctors who have passed in the hospital.
Just like, this is the death wall.
Yes. We need the...
Oh,
Do we need that?
wasn't sure if that's in there. Flatliners Resurrection's Reckoning combines the dramatic tension of the original Oh wait, we gotta do this as a trailer then.
Yeah.
Flatliners Resurrection Reckoning combines the dramatic tension of the original Flatliners movie with the distinctive personalities of Dr. Meredith Grey, Dr. Gregory House, Dr. Percy Cox, and that's it. The movie explores themes of redemption, forgiveness, and the healing power of medicine, creating a suspenseful and remote and emotionally charged medical drama.
Thriller.
Okay. I mean,
we should start with explaining what this episode is about because I feel
think
like this is
might
so
help
wild.
the viewers.
Yeah.
We just jumped straight into it. Today we plan to create sequels that never got to be made, of movies which never got any sequels. So,
Or sequels that we know of. I don't think that Flatliners has a sequel.
yeah,
It just
I
has
think
a remake.
I think we're actually clear on today's choice of movies that there is no sequels of those. So yeah, today
it's just there's a remake, so this is specifically the 1990 Flatliners, but
remakes
I also
aren't sequels. So
yes, and I also don't know if the characters are even the same actually in the new one because I haven't seen the new one.
Probably.
Do they have the same names?
I don't know. I haven't seen it either, but I assume
this is Kevin Bacon.
If it's a remake, then they have the same names. If it's a reboot, then I don't. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not that deep into it.
But besides that, Flatliners Resurrection's Reckoning is the long-awaited second part of the Flatliners franchise, I guess.
Starring all the doctors you can find on TV.
Starring all of the doctors. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I love it so far with the overview I get. Now I'm just really, really thirsty to see this actual movie and all these characters interact with each other. I feel like I've gotten teased more than anything with this.
I mean, because this time is obviously not like an actual story because I asked ChatGPT to write the movie. So it just given us like a pitch of the movie, basically, more or less.
Like an expose-ish kind of like,
which was actually really on point, just from what I really did not know what to do with this prompt, and I was so afraid that I just would be so confused because I was so confused of like what to do, and I wanted it to be like a little more suspenseful and maybe not like just as funny as usual, but like a little more because I couldn't really think of a movie that doesn't have a sequel, so this is the movie that came to mind, and I was like, this is not a funny movie, so maybe not. Let's not
you
make
could
it
have
funny.
Also gone the exact opposite route and do the like direct-to-DVD sequel, like Flatliners 2 Electric Boogaloo, and just make it silly. But
make them undead or some shit.
Yeah, some shit like that. But I really enjoy the approach he took to make it like a fucking 2-hour medical drama about
I wanted
honesty
to have
and like past getting dug
and
up.
the healing power of medicine.
TM. Fucking love it.
Okay, your like impressions, thoughts, rating, whatever. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I fucking love the cast you chose for this. I can already see the fucking banter between Dr. Cox and Dr. House unfolding throughout this whole movie, and just them together being like the fucking worst thing for any hospital administration like ever, generally. Yeah. I was a little bit confused at first because, of course, I don't remember all the character names from Flatliners necessarily.
Yeah, same, I had to look them up.
Who the fuck is Alex Carter?
I don't know. I didn't tell. I just said an old friend from his past. And then it was like, he was part of the experiment, so I actually am going to Google it right now.
If you know which Flatliner Alex Carter is,
I think I know
write us a comment or email.
I know who he is. No, wait. Alex Carter.
Still, write us an email.
Now, because we don't have an email. Email. What are you, a boomer?
Ein paar Sekunden später.
It's just a fucking ruse. Okay, so whatever. Alex Carter. I also feel like he didn't really kill any of his like fellow. I mean, obviously they killed them. So I was like, technically he did, but I think what was meant is like that they stayed dead, and I think no one of them stayed dead. They all just had these like hallucinations.
Yeah, like.
But none of them like died for good. I think.
Don't think so. I haven't seen the movie in quite a long while.
But I think I would remember that.
Yeah, I think there wasn't like anybody who actually died. But yes. Yeah, I love it. I mean, to be fair, of course, I don't have much knowledge on the the banter that or the spice that Meredith Grey would bring to this this beautiful quartet of incredible doctors.
It's just a very different energy than the others.
Yeah, that's the main thing that I really dig. There's just like 3 guys doing like their.
But Labraccio is also not like he doesn't have that much
no
like
nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also the one of them who's like, let's just fucking stop this shit.
Yeah.
Because Kiefer Sutherland is I don't know what his character's name is, but he's the one who's like, no, push further, and then he has these like...
Yeah, so we have a pretty like balanced group of reckless and or serious people going on here.
Yeah, but I mean, Meredith Grey has her like situations too.
Her
so,
issues.
Yes. And also just the hospital itself. I mean, you're not much into like Grey's Anatomy, but just the Grey Sloan Hospital is like you can just go there because you have a hiccup and then you end up dying.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the one thing that I know from the show, that like shit just escalates exponentially at all points.
Yes.
So
very much.
That's what I'm waiting for over here. But yeah,
I mean, we don't have the details. There's like a lot going on.
That's the main thing. Maybe this is one for a potential rewrite episode in the future, if you want to get into the juicy details of single scenes. But yes, I love, like, in my head I see this like very dark, maybe even black and white medical drama over 2 hours where it's
like almost no saturation. Yeah.
yes, and like the
Christopher Nolan kind of.
Pretty much, yes. We need Chris Nolan on this, or the what are they called? The Russo brothers. But yeah, like the
already picking out like the directors, cast, and what. I mean, cast is pretty clear.
The climax of the movie being like this, like, tense conference, and everybody from the whole hospital staff is there, and they decide on the future of this patient.
It's so funny because that was
like
not what I wanted. I just needed a reason for House and Cox to be there, so I said there's a conference.
Beautiful stuff.
But now the conference is like a whole thing.
It definitely has like a. It's like a whole vibe. This whole movie, I'm
definitely it has so many layers
for it
because also like I don't know if it's like a canon thing that he becomes a cardiologist. Or if that's just like
I mean, I guess it's because they mess with hearts, right? In the
but he could just
movie.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, they stop hearts.
Yeah,
but that's just okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's like the one thing that they actually do is manipulate hearts, so I don't know. But yeah,
whatever. It's
yes, and I would say, like, this pitch I'd definitely give like an 8.
Yeah,
an 8 out of 10. Just anxiously awaiting the straight to DVD movie that's gonna happen at some point with this.
I mean, it's probably not gonna go to DVD. It's gonna go to streaming. But yes,
straight to Hulu.
You're such a boomer today. I don't even know what's going on.
I mean, straight to DVD
I know it's
is
a
like
term.
It's like a vibe.
I know.
There's an energy.
Okay, so this was that was my attempt, or ChatGPT's attempt at like writing a sequel to the Flatliners movie from 1990 with Kevin Bacon and Kiefer Sutherland and Julia Roberts.
So,
who are also all not in the movie. I mean, Kevin Bacon kind of has to be.
They're probably gonna have like a cameo here and there, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like Kiefer Sutherland just standing in the lobby and
jumping into
a Christmas tree. That would
explain everything.
Okay, here's movie sequel number 2.
I'm so scared.
E2 Extraterrestrial War Opus. E.T. Defense. Oh, fucking E2. Oh my god. E.T. Defense against Klingons is the ChatGPT title. Okay.
Get it?
E2 Extraterrestrial War Opus.
It's like Extraterrestrial War Opus. TWO. It's E2. I was like spending so much time on that.
I hate you. Interior White House, Oval Office, day. The room is bustling with activity as the special team, now known as the Galactic Defenders, the Avengers we have at home would also be a good title for that, gathers for a crucial meeting. Jason Statham's character, Jeff Chelios, stands next to Jean-Claude Van Damme, Lara Croft, and Ripley, who is the leader of the group. Ozzy Osbourne, the president of the USA, sits behind the resolute desk, looking somber and serious.
As he does always.
Okay. President Ozzy Osbourne, adjusting his glasses. Listen up, team. We've got a situation. Reports are flooding in from all over the globe about alien spacecraft descending upon us. The people are terrified. They believe E.T. and his crew have come to conquer Earth. Our mission is to stop them at all costs. Ripley, skeptically. Hold on, Mr. President. We've encountered E.T. before. He may be strange looking, but he's no conqueror. There must be a misunderstanding. Lara Croft agrees. Yes, Ripley's right. E.T. is kind and peaceful. We can't just assume the worst without proper evidence.
Can we not?
President Ozzy Osbourne, hesitant. I hear you, but the world is on edge. And we can't take any chances. Your team, the Galactic Defenders, is humanity's last hope.
Hope.
We need to get up there and handle the situation. Sheriff Chelios leaning in. So what's the plan? Do we go in guns blazing? Ripley, leaning against the table. We need to assess the situation first. We'll approach ET peacefully and try to communicate. If there's any hostility, we'll defend ourselves, but our priority is to find out their intentions.
Oh, yeah, that was a incompetent all at once.
I don't know. Interior sky above...
Interior sky above, wait.
Excuse me? Interior sky above Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
Day.
I think we...
Yeah, I know we're in the, like... No, we're not. This is the sky. And then there's interior mother... Fucking no.
No?
Okay, outside. Exterior. Sky above Washington, D.C. Day. The Galactic Defenders board their advanced spacecraft and soar through the sky, reaching the alien Armada hovering over the capital. Interior, alien mothership. Command center, day. E.T. stands before his fellow aliens, gesturing towards a holographic map of Earth. He speaks in his familiar tone, pleading for understanding. I fucking hate you so much.
What the fuck is even going on here? Oh god.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
Just have fun with it, I guess.
Just give me a second.
Please hold the line.
3:28
E.T. points
nachts.
to Earth. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
This is on point.
Translation. They are friends, not enemies. The other aliens seem hesitant, but eventually nod in agreement. Interior, sky above Washington, D.C., day. The Galactic Defenders approach E.T.'s ship cautiously, weapons at the ready. This is very peaceful. This is American peaceful.
This is like, we don't shoot them, so we're peaceful.
Ripley, via communicator. Remember, we want to avoid conflict if possible. Let's see if we can establish communication first.
Why are they talking into their earpieces if they're all in the same spaceship?
Because you cannot hear each other over the sounds, like in a helicopter.
Engine is too loud, yeah, sure.
Interior alien mothership, commanding center, day. As the Galactic Defenders enter the alien ship, E.T. and his fellow aliens welcome them with non-threatening gestures. Lara Croft shows a friendly smile. We come in peace. E.T. telepathically, with translation, thanks so much. Welcome, friends. We are here to protect. Sheriff Chelios, still skeptical. Protect? Protect from what? E.T. points to the holographic map. Klingon, bad warriors. They come to conquer Earth. Ripley, realization dawning. So you're not here to conquer us. You're here to defend Earth. E.T. nods. Yes, friends. I hate you so much for doing this to me.
I love your fucking E.T. so much.
The Galactic Defenders share a look of understanding. Now it's exterior! Are you fucking kidding me? Exterior, sky above Washington, D.C., day! As the sun sets over... It's barely day. As the sun sets over the city, the Galactic Defenders and E.T.'s alien forces join together to face the incoming Klingon invasion fleet. Their spacecraft form an impressive formation. Ready to protect the planet they now call home because they're all gonna stay. Why would you, though? President Ozzy Osbourne, VO via TV broadcast. On TV. Ladies and gentlemen of the United States and the world. Today, we faced a grave misunderstanding. E.T. and his fellow aliens are not our enemies. They come to defend us against the greater threat. Let us stand together and welcome our new allies in the fight against the Klingon invasion. Together, we shall prevail. As the nation watches in awe, the Galactic Defenders and ET's alien forces engage in a fierce battle against the Klingon fleet, settling the stage for an epic extraterrestrial war opus. But we're watching in awe.
Right back at ya.
I still fucking hate you for doing this ET thing to me. Excuse me for the noise. Excuse me for the alien sound. Oh my god.
That's like the one thing that I remember is that Steven Spielberg never did a sequel other than or before Indiana Jones. So I was like, okay, yeah, E.T. is safe. So
yeah, no,
like,
I think there's no E.T. sequel. I think we would have heard about that. I would have loved to hear more about his alien forces, like his alien friends. Like, give me like some. Who are they?
I mean, I just figured it would be like more of him, basically, like his like
maybe I don't know. Yeah.
Guys from his planet. But yeah, I don't know. I generally also was hoping a little bit more for the misunderstanding playing out more and us not being told immediately that he's maybe friendly. But they are apparently too smart to have forgotten about the events of E.T.
The misunderstanding trope is nothing that ChatGPT really likes, which I appreciate because the misunderstanding trope sucks. Just so you know.
This is why it's also a great ploy for a random sequel that never needed to be made.
I mean, yes, that's true. I think it probably didn't like. Okay, I love the ET thing situation and the Klingons and everything. I think I wasn't as invested because I don't really know most of the characters. They don't really mean anything to me.
I mean, to be fair, the characters also didn't get to do anything. That's like, I was hoping for like there to be more battle stuff so that the characters can actually do something. And if they're just like flying from the White House to the mothership and talk to them for like a few minutes, it's not like the guy from Crank, which is the Jason Statham character.
But I also haven't seen the movie or whatever, so I don't know the character, so it doesn't mean anything to me. That's all.
Exactly. He would have only worked through characterization.
Who's
pretty
Ripley?
much.
Like, where is he coming from?
She's the girl from Alien. Or the Alien movies.
Okay.
The commander.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes. It was like the one competent person that I thought would be smart to put in there.
She was very competent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but okay, Ozzy Osbourne as president is like, I obviously didn't do him justice because I'm not as good as he is at like voice impression. I mean, no, good, okay. Like, I don't do voice impressions that well.
Yeah, that was like my first building block. I was like, regardless of what is happening, I know this is gonna be an alien movie, and I know that Ozzy Osbourne is gonna be the fucking president.
I love that. That was really great, and I also love the whole. Why did I have to talk in Alien when he could just like tell me stuff? That kind of like the Chewbacca thing that we had happening before.
I think because he
was talking
to the alien friends.
To the alien friends who also understood him. Yes, I know.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to put in some acting though.
Yeah,
because
very beautifully so.
There were
so
many great acting like hints and everything. And I also love that like on the TV broadcast he was on TV. Like, yes. Thanks for clarifying.
He's very on TV.
Yeah, and the interior-exterior thing was a little confusing to me because why is the sky above Washington, D.C. interior?
I think because I walked into the spaceship at that point. I don't know. Maybe it was also just fucking itself over and not knowing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm really curious about the ET mothership and everything now. I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to know what it looks like and like also how like is ET, what is like his... Because apparently they're going to war, just not against Earth. So I want to know like what's his leading style? Like is he like...
In the front lines?
Yeah, is he like going out there? Is he like a general? General ET! Hi, we're back.
Hello there.
Hello there, yes. That was what I was aiming at. Could have pushed someone in from Star Wars that I would have known.
Yeah, I was
also,
thinking
this is
about
all happening on Earth, so I get it now.
Yeah, but I also was like, I don't know, I don't want to put in like too many other extraterrestrial characters because they have to be like on Earth and have to fear the alien people coming. Yeah. Yes, and of course I also found it particularly enticing to see the friendly calling home ET fellas to gear up for war, and I'm very sad that we didn't really get to see that either. So
that's something why we would have to actually see the movie for, and then
you have to come to cinemas, I guess.
Is there like a sad because there's this whole doesn't ET die?
Doesn't he get to go home?
I
I've never
have no
seen the
idea.
movie.
Same.
Yeah. Today we make sequels about movies we haven't seen or have forgotten about completely.
And that worked out well.
Perfect.
Whatever, it's just E.T.'s kind. I mean, E.T.'s also just means extraterrestrial, so...
Yeah. I mean, that E.T. is his name specifically, I
Yeah,
guess.
I know.
So who knows, yeah.
No, we're just thinking it's E.T., like the original E.T., but I want to know, like, would there be, like, a dramatic, like, situation in the end where E.T. would actually die? And everyone would, like, or E.T. would sacrifice itself, or...
Would somebody sacrifice themselves for E.T.?
Also that would be very interesting to find out. Maybe Chef Chalios, who is still skeptical, apparently.
I mean, I guess he would have reason to do that. I don't know. I mean, his whole premise in the Crank movies, if anybody hasn't seen them, why haven't you? This is cinematic
like me,
gold.
because I haven't seen them.
Like his whole deal is that his heart is going to stop because he got poisoned by some mobsters, and he has to keep his adrenaline high so that his heart keeps pumping.
Oh, it's
so
like Speed, but in your body.
Speed, but like as a person.
Okay.
So he's just doing outrageous shit for 90 minutes to keep himself alive, pretty much. And that's the movie. And they made a second one.
Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Also, just a fun fact that has nothing to do with any of this, but
yeah, of course
I was looking for movies that don't have sequels, and then I thought Flatliners, and then I thought Kevin Bacon, so I thought Tremors, and I googled, and there's apparently
a few.
6.
Yeah, they made a few of those.
6 movies.
I could have told you that. Yeah.
I knew that. I was pretty sure that there was a second one. There's a lot of them for no fucking reason. Also, none of only the first one is with Kevin Bacon, because after that he was like, I'm out.
You got better shit to do.
Apparently, yeah. So I don't know. I'm very curious about this, and apparently I have to watch all these movies now, so I understand the characters. So I would give it like a 7 out of 10, because it kind of leaves me hanging a little of like what's actually gonna happen, but just the whole build up and the premise that we got is like really interesting, and I would definitely watch that movie on streaming.
Yeah, same. I mean, you pretty much nailed it there. Like, I told it to write like a scene from the movie, and I feel like it could have chosen a better scene to more captivatingly showcase what the movie is all about, I guess. But yeah,
I mean, it pretty much told us what the movie is all about.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
yeah,
show don't tell.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, I guess today is the episode where we just pique interest and then step out.
Where we just learn how to let ChatGPT write movie sequels, because we've never done that before, and for first attempt, I think it was pretty well made.
Executed. Yeah. That was it. Our 2 stories for today. Thank you so much for listening.
And if you enjoyed this episode, get ready for the sequel. And if you didn't like this one in particular, remember, we've still got more plot at home.